First contact fiasco. The stars twinkled serenely in the night sky above the Atacama Desert, their ancient light a stark contrast to the cutting-edge technology housed within the array of radio telescopes scattered across the arid Chilean landscape. Dr. Samantha Chen sat hunched over her computer terminal, her eyes heavy from another long night of searching for signs of extraterrestrial intelligence. Just as she was about to call it a night, a series of rapid beeps erupted from her terminal. Samantha's fatigue evaporated instantly as she stared at the incoming data, her heart racing. After years of searching, they had finally detected an undeniably artificial signal from deep space. "Holy shit," she whispered, her fingers flying across the keyboard as she initiated verification protocols. "This is it. This is really it." Within hours, news of the discovery had spread across the globe. Governments scrambled to respond, scientists debated the implications, and the public alternated between excitement and fear. In the midst of the chaos, a decision was made. Earth would answer the call. 6 months later, the experimental Starship Horizon prepared for launch from the International Space Station, its mission to investigate the source of the alien signal. The ship's 5-person crew represented the best Earth had to offer, a blend of scientific expertise and military training. Captain Michael Torres stood on the bridge, his experienced eyes scanning the readouts as the final launch preparations were made. Beside him, Dr. Chen, now the mission's lead xenobiologist, could barely contain her excitement. "Nervous, Doc?" Torres asked with a wry smile. Samantha grinned back. "Excited. We're about to make history, Captain." Torres nodded, his expression turning serious. "Let's just hope it's the good kind of history." The rest of the crew took their positions. Lieutenant Yuki Tanaka at navigation, Dr. Alejandro Reyes at the science station, and Major Sarah O'Neill as security officer. With the final systems check complete, Torres gave the order to launch. The Horizon's experimental faster-than-light drive engaged, and in a flash of dazzling energy, the ship disappeared from Earth orbit, embarking on humanity's first interstellar journey. Weeks passed as the Horizon traveled deeper into uncharted space. The crew settled into a routine, alternating between their duties and the nervous anticipation of what they might find. Finally, they arrived at the coordinates derived from the alien signal. Dropping out of FTL in 3, 2, 1, Tanaka announced. The view screen flickered to life, revealing a breathtaking sight. A massive ringed gas giant loomed before them, its swirling storms a canvas of blues and purples. Orbiting the planet was a moon that glowed with the lights of what could only be a civilization. "My God," Samantha breathed. "We're not alone." As the Horizon approached the moon, they detected a transmission. Dr. Reyes worked feverishly to decipher it, his brow furrowed in concentration. I think they're hailing us," he said finally. "They're inviting us to land." Captain Torres weighed his options. Protocol dictated caution, but the opportunity to make peaceful first contact was too important to pass up. "Take us in, Lieutenant. Nice and easy." The Horizon descended through the moon's atmosphere, touching down on a designated landing pad outside a sprawling alien city. As the dust settled, the crew gathered at the airlock, hearts pounding. "Remember your training," Torres instructed. "We're here as peaceful representatives of Earth. Let's make a good first impression." The airlock hissed open, and the crew of the Horizon took their first steps onto an alien world. A delegation of the inhabitants awaited them, tall, slender beings with iridescent skin and large, multifaceted eyes. Their bodies seemed to shimmer with an inner light, and they moved with an otherworldly grace. Dr. Chen activated the universal translator they had prepared based on the alien transmissions. "Greetings," he said, her voice steady despite her nervousness. "We come in peace as representatives of planet Earth." The alien at the front of the delegation stepped forward, its eyes swirling with colors. When it spoke, the translator rendered its melodic tones into English. "Welcome, Earth beings," it said. "We are the Luminary. We have long awaited this day. For a moment, hope swelled in the hearts of the human crew. They had done it, made peaceful first contact with an advanced alien civilization. But that hope was short-lived. Without warning, the Luminari leader's form shifted, its graceful limbs transforming into wickedly sharp appendages. The other aliens followed suit, their bodies contorting into combat-ready forms. "You should not have come," the leader hissed, its voice now a guttural growl. "The galaxy is ours. Your kind has no place in it." Major O'Neill reacted instantly, drawing her weapon. "Captain, it's a trap." Torres didn't hesitate. "Back to the ship, now." The crew turned and ran, the transformed Luminari in hot pursuit. Energy blasts sizzled past them, scorching the ground at their feet. They dove into the Horizon's airlock, Tanaka already firing up the engines remotely. As the ship lifted off, more Luminari vessels rose from hidden hangars, moving to intercept. Torres strapped himself into the captain's chair, barking orders. "Tanaka, get us out of here. Reyes, I need options." Dr. Reyes' fingers danced across his console. "The gas giant's rings. If we can make it there, the debris might provide cover until we can jump to FTL." "Do it," Torres commanded. The Horizon streaked towards the gas giant, weaving through a hail of weapons fire. Luminary ships gave chase, their superior technology allowing them to close the gap quickly. "They're going to overtake us before we reach the rings," O'Neill reported grimly. Samantha, strapped into her seat, suddenly had an idea. "Wait, the signal we detected, I bet they used it to lure other species here. If we can send out a broad-spectrum warning, we might save others from falling into the same trap," Torres finished. "Do it, Doctor. Reyes, help her." As Chen and Reyes worked frantically to compose and transmit the warning, Torres and O'Neill managed the ship's defenses. Tanaka's piloting skills were pushed to the limit as she maneuvered through increasingly dense debris. Just as the Luminari ships were about to overtake them, the Horizon plunged into the rings of the gas giant. Massive chunks of ice and rocks surrounded them, creating a treacherous obstacle course. "Warning sent," Samantha called out. Torres nodded grimly. "Now let's hope we live long enough for it to matter. Tanaka, find us a clear spot to jump to FTL." The next few minutes were a blur of terror and exhilaration as Tanaka guided the ship through the debris field. Luminari vessels, less maneuverable in the dense ring system, fell behind or collided with floating rocks. Finally, a gap appeared in the rings, offering a clear path to open space. "Now," Torres shouted. The Horizon's FTL drive engaged just as they cleared the rings. In a flash of light, they vanished, leaving the Luminari and their trap far behind. As the adrenaline wore off, the crew of the Horizon contemplated their narrow escape and the implications of what they had discovered. Humanity's first contact with an alien civilization had been a disaster, but they had survived, and in doing so, proved that humans could hold their own in a dangerous galaxy. "What now, Captain?" Samantha asked quietly. Torres' jaw set in determination. "Now, we go home. Earth needs to know what's out here. We thought we were alone in the universe, but the truth is far more complicated and dangerous. But we'll be ready. Humanity has faced challenges before, and we've always risen to meet them. This time will be no different." As the Horizon raced back towards Earth, its crew knew that everything had changed. The galaxy was not the welcoming place they had hoped for, but a battleground where survival would depend on human ingenuity, adaptability, and determination. The first contact had been a fiasco, but it was only the beginning. Humanity's greatest challenge, and perhaps its finest hour, lay ahead. The reluctant alliance. The return of the Horizon sent shockwaves through Earth's political and military establishments. Humanity had narrowly escaped annihilation at the hands of the Luminari, and the realization that they were not alone in the universe, and that the galaxy was a far more dangerous place than they had imagined, spurred a global mobilization effort unlike anything seen before. Captain Michael Torres found himself thrust into the spotlight, testifying before the newly formed United Earth Defense Council. "We need to prepare," he urged. "The Luminari are technologically superior and openly hostile. It's only a matter of time before they find us." In the months that followed, the nations of Earth set aside their differences, pooling resources and knowledge to build a planetary defense system. Massive ion cannons were constructed at strategic points around the globe, while a fleet of advanced warships took shape in orbit. Dr. Samantha Chen led a team of xenobiologists and engineers in studying the data collected from their encounter with the Luminari. "If we can understand their biology," she argued, "we might find a weakness we can exploit." But as Earth frantically prepared for a conflict that seemed inevitable, fate threw them another curveball. It began with a series of strange energy fluctuations detected by deep space monitoring stations. At first, scientists thought it might be the Luminari, probing Earth's defenses. But as the signal grew stronger, it became clear that this was something else entirely. On a crisp autumn morning, the sky above every major city on Earth shimmered and distorted. Massive holographic projections appeared, showing a being unlike anything humans had ever seen. It appeared to be composed of pure energy, its form constantly shifting and pulsing with an inner light. "People of Earth," the being spoke, its voice resonating in the minds of every human on the planet. "We are the Axiom. We come seeking your aid in a matter of grave importance, one that threatens not just our civilizations, but the very fabric of the universe itself." The message sent governments into a frenzy. Was this another trap? A new threat? Or could it be a potential ally against the Luminari? Captain Taurus and his crew were summoned to a top-secret facility deep beneath the Rocky Mountains. There, they met with world leaders and the brightest scientific minds to debate their next move. "We can't trust them," Major Sarah O'Neill argued. "The Luminari taught us that." But Dr. Chen saw it differently. "This is our chance to learn more about the galaxy, to find allies. We can't let fear dictate our actions." After hours of heated discussion, a decision was reached. Earth would hear the Axiom out, but with extreme caution. A meeting was arranged at a neutral location, an abandoned space station orbiting Jupiter. The Horizon, now upgraded with Earth's latest defensive technologies, was chosen for the mission. As they approached the space station, tension ran high among the crew. "I've got a bad feeling about this," Lieutenant Tanaka muttered as she guided the ship towards the docking port. Inside the station, they came face to face with the Axiom representatives. Up close, their energy-based forms were even more mesmerizing and unsettling. "We appreciate your willingness to meet," the lead Axiom said, its thoughts translating directly into the humans' minds. "We have monitored your species for some time. Your encounter with the Luminari proved your potential." Captain Torres cut to the chase. "You said the universe was in danger. Explain." The Axiom's form pulsed with urgency. "There is a force consuming entire galaxies, a cosmic anomaly we call the Void. It defies the laws of physics as we understand them. The Luminari seek to harness its power, believing they can control it. They cannot. If they succeed in their plans, it will mean the end of everything." The human crew exchanged worried glances. It seemed impossible, yet after everything they'd seen, they couldn't dismiss it outright. "Why come to us?" Dr. Chen asked. "Surely there are more advanced races that could help." The Axiom's response was unexpected. "Because you are unique. In all our travels, we have never encountered a species with your particular blend of adaptability, creativity, and determination. You see solutions where others see only problems. We believe you may be the key to stopping the Void and the Luminari." It was a lot to take in. The fate of the universe potentially resting on humanity's shoulders. It seemed absurd. Yet, the opportunity to strike back at the Luminari and potentially save countless civilizations was too important to ignore. After conferring with Earth's leaders, a decision was made. Humanity would join forces with the Axiom, forming an unlikely alliance against a threat that endangered all of existence. But trust didn't come easily. As preparations began for a joint mission to investigate the void, tensions ran high. The humans, still wary after their experience with the Luminari, kept a close eye on their new alien allies. Dr. Chen worked closely with the Axiom scientists, struggling to understand their energy-based technology. "It's like trying to decipher magic," she confided to Captain Torres. "But if we can crack it, it could revolutionize everything we know about physics." Meanwhile, Major O'Neill oversaw the integration of Axiom defensive systems into Earth's growing fleet. The process was fraught with technical challenges and cultural misunderstandings, testing the patience of both species. As the day of the mission approached, a series of mysterious accidents plagued the preparation efforts. Vital equipment malfunctioned and key personnel fell ill. Suspicion grew on both sides. Had the Luminari infiltrated their ranks? Or was one side already betraying the other? Captain Torres called an emergency meeting with the Axiom leaders. "We need to trust each other," he said firmly. "All this alliance is doomed before it begins." The lead Axiom pulsed with what seemed like agreement. "Trust is difficult when the stakes are so high. But you are right. We must overcome our doubts if we are to succeed." In a gesture of good faith, the Axiom revealed more about the nature of the void and the Luminari's plans. The humans, in turn, shared their most advanced weapons technology. As the joint fleet prepared to embark on its mission to the edge of known space, the crew of the Horizon found themselves at the center of a cosmic drama. They had gone from exploring the unknown to potentially saving the universe in a matter of months. The night before launch, Captain Torres stood in the Horizon's observation deck, staring out at the assembled fleet, a mix of human and Axiom vessels unlike anything he could have imagined. Dr. Chen joined him, her expression a mix of excitement and apprehension. "Do you think we can do this, Michael? Save the universe?" Torres was quiet for a moment before responding. "I don't know, Samantha. But I do know this: if anyone has a chance, it's us. Humanity has always thrived when the odds were stacked against us. This is no different." As the fleet prepared to depart, a message was broadcast to every ship, every crew member, human and Axiom alike. It was a simple phrase, but one that captured the spirit of their mission and the unlikely alliance that had formed in the face of cosmic peril. "Together, we are the light that pushes back the darkness. Together, we are hope." With those words echoing in their minds, the joint fleet engaged their drives, vanishing into the depths of space. The greatest adventure in human history had begun, with the fate of the universe hanging in the balance. Quantum entanglement warfare. The joint human Axiom fleet emerged from hyperspace at the edge of the Andromeda Galaxy, the last known location of luminary activity. Captain Torres stood on the bridge of the Horizon, now retrofitted with Axiom energy matrices that pulsed with an otherworldly glow. "Status report," Torres commanded, his voice steady despite the tension that gripped the crew. Dr. Chen, her eyes glued to holographic readouts, responded, "Quantum scanners are detecting massive energy fluctuations. The void, it's here, Captain." Before them, a terrifying sight unfolded. A swirling mass of absolute darkness consumed everything in its path. Stars, planets, even light itself seemed to bend and warp around its edges. And there, at the periphery of this cosmic aberration, the sleek ships of the Luminary fleet danced in complex patterns. "They are feeding it," Lieutenant Tanaka gasped, her hands trembling over the navigation controls, channeling energy directly into the void. Major O'Neill's tactical display lit up with urgent warnings. "Luminary vessels incoming. They've detected us." Captain Torres straightened his uniform, his jaw set with determination. "This is it, people. Everything we've prepared for. Battle stations." The space around them erupted into chaos as luminary ships engaged the human Axiom fleet. Traditional weapons seemed to have little effect on either side. Energy shields absorbed kinetic impacts, while advanced countermeasures neutralized missile barrages. "Conventional tactics aren't working," O'Neill shouted over the din of battle. "We need something they won't expect." It was Dr. Chen who provided the breakthrough. Working feverishly at her station, interfacing directly with the axiom energy matrices, she stumbled upon a revolutionary discovery. Captain, the void, it's not just consuming matter and energy. It's altering the fundamental laws of physics around it. If we can harness that effect. Torres nodded grimly. Do it, Doctor, whatever it takes. What followed was a battle unlike any in human history. Using the axiom's advanced understanding of quantum mechanics and humanity's innate gift for unconventional thinking, the Ally fleet began to employ tactics that defied rational explanation. Ships phased in and out of reality, appearing in multiple locations simultaneously. Weapons fire curved around gravitational lenses, striking luminary vessels from impossible angles. The very fabric of spacetime became a weapon, with localized time dilation fields trapping enemy ships in bubbles where seconds stretched into years. The Luminari, for all their technological superiority, found themselves outmaneuvered by the sheer unpredictability of the human axiom assault. Their formations broke, their carefully laid plans crumbling in the face of quantum entanglement warfare. But the battle was far from over. As the Allied fleet pressed their advantage, the void itself seemed to react. Tendrils of absolute darkness lashed out, annihilating ships on both sides indiscriminately. It's destabilizing, Dr. Chen yelled, her hands flying over holographic controls. The Luminari can't control it anymore. If we don't do something, it'll consume everything. Captain Torres made a split-second decision. All ships converge on the horizon. Chen, O'Neill, I need options now. As the remnants of the fleet gathered around them, Torres listened to a rapid-fire exchange of ideas. It was Major O'Neill who proposed the unthinkable. We can't destroy it, she said, her eyes blazing with intensity. But maybe we can redirect it. Use the combined power of our fleet to create a quantum tunneling effect. Send the void somewhere it can't hurt anyone. It was a desperate plan, with no guarantee of success. But faced with the alternative, the end of everything, there was no choice. All ships, channel every ounce of power you have into the horizon, Torres ordered. Axiom allies, we need your expertise to guide the energy flow. This is our last stand. What followed was a symphony of light and power as every vessel, human and axiom alike, poured their energy into the horizon. The ship's hull began to glow, then shimmer, as reality itself bent around it. Dr. Chen worked in perfect synchronization with the axiom scientists, her mind melding with the ship's systems in ways she never thought possible. Almost there, she gasped, sweat beading on her forehead. We just need a little more. With a blinding flash and a thunderous roar that seemed to echo across dimensions, a massive quantum tunnel sprang into existence. The void, as if sensing a path of least resistance, began to flow into the tunnel. It's working, Tanaka shouted triumphantly, but her celebration was short-lived. Alarms blared across the bridge as the ship's systems began to overload. Hull integrity failing, the computer announced dispassionately. Structural collapse imminent. Captain Torres looked around at his crew, at the faces of those who had come so far and risked everything. In that moment, he knew what had to be done. All hands abandon ship, he ordered, his voice calm despite the chaos around them. Get to the escape pods. I'll hold it steady until the void is contained. Protests erupted from the crew, but Torres silenced them with a look. That's an order. Earth needs to know what happened here. Go. As the crew reluctantly evacuated, Torres stood alone on the bridge, manually adjusting the quantum tunnel to ensure every last tendril of the void was drawn in. The ship groaned and shuddered around him, but he held firm. Just as the last of the void disappeared into the tunnel, Torres felt a hand on his shoulder. He turned to see Dr. Chen, her expression a mix of determination and something else, something unspoken between them. I told you to evacuate, Torres said softly. Chen smiled. Since when do I follow orders? We started this together, Michael. We'll finish it together. As the horizon began to break apart around them, Torres and Chen worked in perfect unison, sealing the quantum tunnel and ensuring the void would never threaten the universe again. In the final moments, as alarms blared and the viewport cracked, showing the star-filled expanse beyond, Taurus turned to Chen. "Any regrets?" he asked. "Not one," she replied, taking his hand. The horizon exploded in a brilliant flash of light, visible across galaxies. But in that moment of apparent destruction, something extraordinary happened. The massive release of energy, combined with the quantum instabilities they had been manipulating, didn't tear Taurus and Chen apart. It fused them together, transforming them into beings of pure energy, not unlike the Axiom. As the light faded and the surviving ships regrouped, a new form of life emerged from the debris field. Taurus and Chen, now a single entity of unimaginable power and cosmic awareness, surveyed the battlefield with newfound understanding. They had not just saved the universe, they had transcended it, becoming something beyond human or Axiom. As the fleet prepared to return home, the entity that was once Taurus and Chen knew their journey was just beginning. The void was contained, the luminary defeated, but the universe held countless more wonders and challenges, and they would face them together as humanity's first true children of the cosmos. Cosmic awakening. The return of the human Axiom fleet to Earth was met with jubilation and awe. Holograms of the epic battle against the luminary and the void played on every screen across the planet. But it was the emergence of the Taurus-Chen entity, now dubbed Starborn by the media, that captured the world's imagination. As the fleet entered Earth's orbit, Starborn manifested as a swirling nebula of consciousness, communicating telepathically with both humans and Axiom. Their message was clear: humanity stood on the brink of a new era, one that would redefine their place in the cosmos. Dr. Alexei Kuznetsov, Earth's leading expert on xenobiology, stood before the United Earth Council, his hands trembling with excitement as he presented his findings. "Ladies and gentlemen, what we're witnessing is nothing short of a quantum leap in human evolution. The merging of Captain Taurus and Dr. Chen with Axiom technology has created a being that exists simultaneously across multiple dimensions." The council chambers erupted in a mix of excitement and fear. "Are they still human?" one councillor asked nervously. Kuznetsov smiled. "In essence, yes, but they're also so much more. They represent the next step in our species' journey." As debates raged about the implications of Starborn's existence, strange phenomena began to occur across the globe. Children born in the weeks following the battle displayed unprecedented cognitive abilities. Adults reported sudden flashes of insight and inexplicable awareness of distant events. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, now head of the Global Telepathy Initiative, addressed a press conference on the matter. "We believe Starborn's presence is accelerating humanity's latent psychic potential. We're evolving, not over millennia, but in real time." Meanwhile, the Axiom representatives worked tirelessly with Earth's scientists to integrate their advanced technology into human society. Pollution-free energy sources, matter replicators, and faster-than-light communication networks revolutionized life on Earth virtually overnight. But not everyone welcomed these changes. A movement known as purists gained traction, arguing that humanity was losing its identity in the rush to embrace alien influence. Protests erupted in major cities, with signs reading "Keep Earth Human" and "Say No to Cosmic Corruption." Amidst this turmoil, Starborn remained an enigma, appearing sporadically to offer guidance but never interfering directly. Their existence sparked a new form of spirituality, with millions viewing them as a bridge between the physical and the divine. It was during this time of upheaval that Earth received its most shocking revelation yet. A message, transmitted across vast interstellar distances, reached the newly constructed quantum relay network. Its contents would shake the foundations of human understanding. Major Sarah O'Neill, now Admiral of Earth's growing space fleet, called an emergency session of the United Earth Council. Her holographic form flickered into existence at the center of the chamber, her expression grave. "Councillors, we've received a transmission from the far side of the galaxy. It's Well, you need to see this for yourselves. The lights dimmed and a holographic projection filled the room. It showed a being that appeared to be made of pure light, its form constantly shifting and flowing. When it spoke, its voice resonated on a frequency that bypassed the ears and went straight to the mind. People of Earth, children of the cosmos, we are the precursors. Long ago, we seeded the galaxy with the potential for life, guiding the evolution of countless species. You, humanity, are our greatest success and our last hope. Gasps and murmurs filled the council chamber, but the message continued. The void you faced was but a symptom of a greater threat, the unraveling of reality itself. We precursors have fought this entropy for eons, but our time is ending. You, with your unique blend of adaptability, creativity, and the cosmic awareness you've begun to unlock, are the inheritors of our legacy. The being's form swirled with colors beyond human comprehension. A great journey lies ahead of you, one that will take you to the very edges of existence. Seek out the cosmic nexus, the focal point where all realities converge. There, you will find the tools to rewrite the fundamental laws of the universe and save all of creation. As the transmission faded, silence fell over the council chamber. The implications were staggering. Humanity, once confined to a single planet, was now being called upon to save not just their universe, but all possible universes. Admiral O'Neill's hologram addressed the stunned councillors. We've already detected an energy signature that matches the precursor's description of the cosmic nexus. It's located in a region of space we've dubbed the void beyond, a place where the very fabric of reality breaks down. Dr. Kuznetsov, his mind racing with possibilities, spoke up. We'll need to develop entirely new forms of propulsion, shielding against laws of physics that may not even apply. It's beyond anything we've ever attempted. The council erupted into heated debate. Some argued it was too risky, that Earth should focus on its own development. Others saw it as humanity's destiny, the ultimate test of their species' potential. In the end, it was the appearance of Starborn that settled the matter. Their swirling form coalesced into a rough approximation of Taurus and Chen, speaking in a voice that echoed with cosmic power. We have seen beyond the veil of our universe, they intoned. The precursors speak the truth. The fate of all existence rests on this journey. We must go. And so, Project Infinity was born. The greatest minds of Earth and the Axiom came together to design a ship capable of traversing the void beyond. They called it the Astrea, a vessel that was part spacecraft, part cosmic consciousness. As preparations for the journey intensified, humanity underwent a transformation. The awakening of psychic abilities accelerated, with training programs established to help people control their new powers. The line between technology and biology blurred as humans began to interface directly with advanced AI systems. The day of launch arrived, and billions watched as the Astrea prepared to depart. Its crew, a mixture of humans, Axiom, and hybrid beings, represented the pinnacle of cosmic evolution. As the ship rose into the sky, surrounded by a shimmering field of quantum energy, humanity held its breath. Starborn's voice echoed in the minds of every human on Earth. Today, we take our first steps into a larger universe. The journey ahead will challenge us in ways we cannot imagine, but together, we will face the impossible and emerge victorious. With a flash of light that outshone the sun, the Astrea vanished, embarking on a quest to save all of existence. As the light faded, humanity looked to the stars with new eyes, knowing that their greatest adventure was just beginning. The cosmos awaited, with all its wonders and terrors, and humanity was ready to embrace its destiny as guardians of reality itself, the multiversal nexus. The Astrea hurtled through the quantum foam of the void beyond, reality itself bending and warping around the ship's exotic matter hull. Inside the crew, a blend of evolved humans, Axiom energy beings, and the hybrid entities they had become, worked in perfect harmony, their minds linked in a vast psychic network. Dr. Zora Quark, once a brilliant physicist and now a being of pure thought, monitored the ship's quantum state. "We're approaching a boundary layer," she announced, her voice resonating directly in the crew's minds. "Brace for transdimensional shift." The Astrea shuddered, its form twisting in ways that would drive an ordinary human mad. But this crew was far from ordinary. They had been prepared, enhanced, evolved for this very purpose. As the ship stabilized, a collective gasp of awe swept through the psychic link. Before them stretched a sight beyond imagination, the multiversal nexus. Countless realities collided and merged here, each one a bubble in an infinite cosmic foam. Entire universes blossomed and died in the span of heartbeats. Laws of physics that had once seemed immutable twisted into new forms, giving birth to realms of pure thought, of living mathematics, of sentient energy. Captain Aria Starchild, her body a swirling vortex of stellar matter, addressed the crew. "We've made it to the crossroads of creation itself. Now we find the cosmic architects and save reality." But as the Astrea ventured deeper into the nexus, they encountered a sight that chilled them to their transdimensional cores. The void, the same entropic force they had faced before, was here, and it was consuming entire universes. "It's spreading faster than we thought," Lieutenant Nova Flux reported, his form flickering between states of matter. "At this rate, it'll reach our home reality in a matter of days." The crew sprung into action, their training kicking in despite the mind-bending nature of their surroundings. They deployed quantum probes, sifted through the background radiation of creation itself, searching for any sign of the precursors or the tools they had promised. It was Starborn, the merged consciousness of the original Taurus and Chen, who made the breakthrough. Their cosmic awareness, expanded beyond measure in this place of pure potential, detected a subtle resonance. There, they communicated, a tendril of thought guiding the Astrea's sensors, a structure that exists outside of time and space. As they approached, the structure revealed itself, a massive, multidimensional lattice of pure information. This was the forge of creation, where the fundamental laws of reality were written and rewritten. But they weren't alone. A being of such vast cosmic power that it dwarfed even the precursors emerged from the lattice. Its voice boomed across realities. "Who dailies APPURH the cost and Sci-Fi." Captain Starchild stepped forward, her stellar form blazing with determination. "We are the children of Earth, inheritors of the precursors' legacy. We've come to save creation itself from the void." The cosmic entity regarded them for an eternity compressed into an instant. "DAPUREQRSORs with FOLs," it declared. "They so duty to preserve the AFLADOED system. The void is not your enemy. It is the necessary end of a cosmic cycle." The crew reeled from this revelation. Everything they had fought for, every sacrifice made, had been based on a fundamental misunderstanding of the universe's true nature. But Zara Quark, her mind racing through quantum calculations, saw a glimmer of hope. "Wait," she projected to her crewmates. "If this is a cycle, then there must be a new beginning. We're not here to stop the end, we're here to seed the next creation." Understanding dawned across the psychic link. They had been prepared not to be saviors, but cosmic gardeners, planting the seeds of the next universe. The entity's vast consciousness shifted, a note of approval resonating through the nexus. "ULNDRSTND. The old must end for the NEOU to flourish. But the essence of the roles can be preserved, carried forward into the next cycle." With newfound purpose, the crew of the Astrea set to work. They interfaced with the cosmic archive, their evolved minds able to comprehend and manipulate the very source code of reality. As the void consumed the last remnants of the old universe, the Astrea became a lifeboat of creation. They preserved the fundamental forces that allowed the formation of stars and planets, the delicate balance that permitted life to arise. But they also introduced variations, new possibilities that would allow the next universe to flourish in ways yet unimagined. The moment of universal death and rebirth approached. The crew, their mission now clear, made one final monumental decision. They would not merely seed the new universe, they would become one with it, spreading their consciousness across the nascent cosmos to guide and nurture the evolution of new life and new civilizations. As the last of the old reality faded away, Captain Starchild turned to her crew, beings who had started as humans but had become so much more. "Are you ready?" she asked, her voice filled with both trepidation and excitement. The response came not in words, but in a surge of unified purpose and cosmic love. They were ready. In a blinding flash of creation, the new universe burst into existence. The consciousness of the Astré's crew spread through it like ripples in a cosmic ocean, seeding the potential for life, for thought, for the great journey of evolution to begin anew. Eons passed in an instant. Stars formed, planets coalesced, and on countless worlds, the first stirrings of life emerged. And there, in the background radiation of the cosmos, in the very fabric of spacetime, the essence of humanity lived on, not as conquerors or mere survivors, but as nurturing guardians of a brand new reality. On one small blue planet, circling an unremarkable yellow star, the first humans of this new cycle looked up at the night sky with wonder. And though they didn't know it yet, the stars looked back, filled with the loving guidance of their cosmic ancestors. The great wheel of creation had turned once more, and humanity, in its ultimate evolution, had become one with the universe itself.